Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about the recent drama surrounding the ending of the canceled podcast after this recent episode of theirs went viral for the wrong reasons. So you guys know Brooke Schofield and Tana Mongeau have a podcast named Cancelled, and about a month ago they released an episode titled Why the Canceled Podcast is Ending that basically announced that the 4-year-long podcast is over. When fans first heard this, the reception was pretty mixed, with some people saying, "I'm never getting hooked on a pod again. I just healed from frenemies and I wake up to this." And other fans pointing things out saying, "I saw this coming from 1,000 miles away, honestly." And genuinely curious if their friendship will continue much after this. Feel like they've grown so much since the start of their podcast. I feel like they'll love each other from a distance. End of an era. Now, the canceled podcast was incredibly successful, mostly because of how open and honest they were about their lives, with one segment on their live show where they answer fan questions, basically leading to the cancellation of Cody Ko. Basically, Tana revealed that she slept with him when she was underage and he was in his 20s. Gabby Hanna did try to warn him, and despite that, he did it anyway. He is still avoiding his main channel to this day and hasn't addressed it, but all this to say, the podcast was huge and had a huge impact. Now, a majority of fans were always dissecting Tana and Brooke's relationship while the podcast was at its peak, and so this announcement kind of fueled them to start investigating more. They started discussing whether Tana specifically was pulling out of this and abandoning Brooke because Tana has changed quite a bit over the last few months. And for anyone that has been following Tana for years, you know that Tana is known for being pretty open with her wild stories, and people are fans of her because of this. She had her own show on MTV that showed how hard it was for her manager to even get Tana to go to places on time because she was constantly hungover and kind of does what she wants, but this was all the reason people fell in love with her. Now she has met a new partner and really slowed down in life. But on the other hand, Brooke is also changing as she is now engaged, which if you want to know more about that, watch this video. So the original reasons that Tana gave for the podcast ending are
for both of our mental health. I just feel a little stagnant in my peace era because I'm still holding on to this unpeaceful, and obviously by contract. And I am getting in this place where I'm really awaiting the ending of this contract for my peace, realizing that this is the final outlier in my peace era.
Some fans, although upset, are really leaning towards Tana, saying, "I could tell that they were trying to manipulate the audience when they announced that it would end in the fall. I'm surprised they were surprised by the audience's reaction. Majority like Tana and put up with Brooke. Glad it's over so she can move on to better things. And Brooke, I don't know, to be honest." With that being said, I've seen a lot of fan theories online about Tana not wanting her reputation dragged by Brooke, with YouTube and TikTok comments alike criticizing Brooke for saying that she doesn't like drama, but she responds to things online and often doesn't take criticism well. One fan said, "I really do think Tana will continue podcasting on her own. Maybe even if it's only monthly or something, but I 100% feel Tana does not want to be associated with Brooke anymore. When I listen to Not Loveline, it's like Tana's a completely different person than when she's around Brooke. The only way they make good money from the podcast is touring, which I doubt they want to continue doing. If Tana branches out on her own or with Paige, she could have a resurgence and make more money. There's no way she's going to run away to Hawaii and do nothing. She's not even 30 years old." I have seen multiple theories that Tana will be doing some future projects with Trisha Paytas exclusively from now on, which kind of makes sense because they have a podcast together called Not Loveline, which the comment mentioned, and people really like their dynamic. One fan commented on the recent episode, and some fans are also comparing the dynamic to the canceled podcast because they feel like Trisha and Tana were both so problematic and now are in their peace era together, so they just match each other's energy. Fans are saying when Tana is with Trisha, she's so relaxed and seems like she's enjoying herself. They theorize that they know each other in a past life. Anyway, now that you're all caught up, let's get into the most recent episode of the podcast. So in this episode, they're talking about a variety of different topics as usual, and the topic of what to do after the podcast ended came up naturally. And Tana said this.
Do I leave Canceled up? Or do we delete all of canceled?
What? Why would you delete all of canceled?
I don't know.
I'm counting on at least like $1,000 here or there from AdSense.
I didn't even think about that. Oh my god, that's
Why
so
would we
many.
erase it? Do you hate me that much?
No, I don't hate you. I'm just saying, like, the era. Like, I don't know.
You want to delete it all?
I've also said a lot of things on cancel that I would love to just die.
What the hell?
Well, I guess I'm just.
Well, it will live forever on somebody's account and they will collect. So we should collect.
Oh my god.
So after this, people in the comments were supporting Brooke's position in all of this, saying, Brooke clocked it. Tana is not trying to pay Brooke any longer. She done. And telling Brooke to get legal help, saying, Brooke, if you're reading this, lawyer up. What the fuck does Tana mean by erasing everything? Like, bro, Brooke also worked and put in the hours. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Tana said, I'm not gonna do it, but knowing her, I would lawyer up just in case. The moment they put Brooke's name on the name of the podcast, it's also her podcast that both of them got money for through contract, YouTube, and any other streaming podcast platform. Like, what are you talking about? Make another channel and see if people follow, girl. However, on the other hand, some fans are defending Tana, saying, I don't understand the hate of her wanting to delete the videos. Like, it was her channel at the beginning. They both clearly outgrew each other. Let her delete them. Why is everyone so weird? And Tana herself commented under this clip of the podcast and said, OMG, I won't. I'm not gonna. And she commented on a clip of the live show responding to someone saying, don't delete all the podcast episodes, saying, we are not. Sometimes I forget I can't just be sharing my stream of consciousness. One fan really dissected this conversation and what it says about the relationship on TikTok.
This is the face of someone realizing that they screwed up big time because Tana owns that YouTube channel and you do not. I actually feel bad for Tana because she has had to convince herself that her and Brooke are actually still friends when it really is just a contractual obligation, and she's constantly being traumatized by her. And unbeknownst to them, the mask is slowly slipping off of both of them. And yeah, this conversation should have happened off camera, but I'm guessing their conversations off camera are happening less and less because they are so done with each other. Tana has been handling this so gracefully because she damn well knows that she can do whatever she wants, and Brooke can say, I'm going to invoice you, invoice me. What are you going to do? It's my YouTube channel. Like, what are you talking about? And why are you so desperate for pennies? Like,
people didn't agree with this take, completely saying that traumatized is a very dramatic term to use for this, emphasizing Brooke's need to get a lawyer. This kind of created an interesting divide among the canceled podcast fans because they're kind of picking sides. And some fans are questioning whether they would also follow Brooke outside of the canceled podcast, saying, Brooke fan or not, now is Brooke's chance. If she immediately continues with a similar podcast that uploads every week on time, I think Brooke could move a lot of canceled viewers to give it a try who have been so frustrated with canceled not being reliable. Weirdly, I think Tana wronging Brooke at the end of canceled is the one unique chance for Brooke to save and even majorly grow her career while people don't want canceled to end. They asked on their subreddit if people would subscribe to a Brooke-only podcast, and a lot of people actually said they would, but not everybody. So what do you guys think? Which takes do you guys have about the podcast, and who do you agree with? Do you think Tana is secretly backstabbing Brooke and taking the podcast away from her? Or do you think that they both naturally outgrew the podcast and are in their peace era? Also, what role do you think Brooke's controversies played in all of this? Let me know in the comments down below. As always, feel free to leave this video a thumbs up and subscribe to this channel. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any new tea spills from us. Bye bye.